Hey, remember I received a mystery box of acai berry, turmeric, chia, matcha, and the cacao superfood super packs. So last week I told you guys about why these superfoods are important and which ones to keep and which ones you can kind of let go of. But today I'm going to show you 5 recipes using these 5 superfoods that I just mentioned. So we are going to do a acai berry creamy dressing with tahini. Then I'm going to do a superfood date cacao super bar. The third one is a turmeric infused spicy vegetable broth. I'm super excited about that one. And last but not least, matcha cardamom chia pudding with toasted coconut on top. Okay, so hang in there with me. My name is Deepa. I'm a nutritionist, and welcome to Ask Nutritionist Deepa's second part 2 of my Superfood Mystery Box Challenge. Okay, so as I promised, here I am, and to tell you the truth, except the turmeric infused spicy broth, the other recipes are all new to me as well. So I am as anxious and looking forward to see the end product. First, I'm going to start with the matcha cardamom chia pudding. Okay, so I have all my stuff here. I'm just going to bring one at a time. Right. So let's see. This is my matcha. There, as you guys can see, matcha and chia seed packets here. And matcha is a ground up green tea powder. Okay, super high in antioxidants, polyphenols. So I am going to open the first packet. I mean, I'm sure you all have seen matcha. This is how it looks. It has this beautiful green vibrant color. Okay, the chia pudding is going to look so amazing. And then I just have the black chia seeds in here. Okay, and we are going to take probably 4 teaspoons of chia seeds. Now, as I mentioned in my, I'm going to take 5. As I mentioned in my first part of this 2-part series, chia seeds are a good source of omega and have a kind of fiber which is really good for our digestive system. Okay, so I'm done with chia. To that, I'm going to add probably a nice heaping spoonful of the matcha powder. I might add just extra half a teaspoon. Okay, and the interesting addition to this pudding is going to be, oh my god, cardamom. Okay, cardamom. This is a cardamom powder made out of cardamom pods or seeds rather. And cardamom is one of those spices. It's sweeter and it has a very nice aroma. And my gut feeling is it's going to go really well with the matcha and the chia combination. So I'm just putting probably 1/8 teaspoon of the cardamom powder. Just a small amount goes a long way. Cardamom is really good for digestion and as well as for mental health. It's supposed to calm us down. And to this, I am going to add just a touch of honey. Okay, ordinarily I wouldn't put any sweetener in it, but today I'm just going to put just few drops of honey. My dear friend Jen, she gave me this honey from her dad's backyard. I mean, this is precious, you know. So that's really raw local honey. And now what I'm going to do is just start mixing this pudding with some soy milk in it. Okay. In fact, I'm quickly going to go and get a little bit of water. So I'm going to start mixing with a little bit of water first, and then add the soy milk, or you can add any kind of plant milk to bring it together to finish the process. The important thing here is that you are whisking the chia and this matcha and cardamom together. Okay, it already looks beautiful. Okay. And it's a very, very fine powder. The chia has already started thickening, so this is a good time to add the plant-based milk. I love my soy milk, and that's really to it. Okay. In the end, if you feel that this is too thick, we will just liquidify by adding a little more of chia in there. But this pudding is already done. And I'm going to just keep that aside so that it will settle. By the time, hopefully, by the time we are done with the cooking, this would be done. Okay, cool. The next one. The next recipe I'm going to show is my coconut. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you the Tumeric-infused spicy vegetable broth. Okay, this is a very interesting use of turmeric. As I mentioned before, that turmeric is most beneficial when you use it in cooking. Okay, it is anti-cancerous, antiviral, antibacterial. So it really is a superfood. But the important thing is that we use it in cooking. So what we need to do is really, you're going to take a little bit of turmeric and add it to this vegetable broth along with some black pepper and the chili flakes. Okay, so that's all is going to go in this vegetable broth that I'm just going to bring it to boil a little later. Okay, so there's some vegetable broth. I'm going to take probably a cup or so of vegetable broth and add another cup of water to it. Okay, here we go. So now you have this slightly diluted organic vegetable broth. To that, I'm going to add some chili flakes. That's what is going to bring the spiciness, along with this vibrant, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the yellow turmeric has just amazing vibrant color. And the interesting thing about turmeric is it doesn't, even though it's considered a spice, it doesn't really add any any heat, so it's not spicy to start with. Okay, and then I'm going to add some black pepper. Okay, because turmeric is best, or the compounding turmeric called curcumin is best absorbed with black pepper. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on a low flame and just bring it to boil, and allow that broth to sip in for, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe overnight or just for half an hour to an hour. And then I use that broth to cook my wild rice. Sometimes I cook oats in it and make this savory oats. I have used it to cook brown rice, and of course I use that to cook my vegetables. Instead of oil, I use this spicy broth, and that infuses just amazingly good flavor in the vegetables and grains. Okay, of course you can use it to cook quinoa and millet or beans, whatever, because that is such a versatile broth. And just, you know, if you don't have time to make broth from scratch, that organic pre-made broth is just a perfect base to make this spicy vegetable broth. And again, the turmeric adds, you know, very nice flavor to it. You don't have to strain it, none of that stuff. You can, if you want to make it even more exotic, for example, if you want to go the Italian style, then you can add some herbs to that. If you want to go more Asian style, you can add garlic and maybe a little bit of ginger. And so now you have this ginger, turmeric, garlic infused vegetable broth, which is just an amazing addition to your dishes. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents about the broth. On to the third dish. So let's see. This is my these nuts and seeds are going to go into the superfood cacao date super super bar, right? So the base for this recipe is this pumpkin seeds. I had some pecans. I have a couple of Brazil nuts. As you know, Brazil nuts are extremely high in selenium, but you don't want to eat too many, just one per day, guys, one per day. That's all we need. And then I have some almonds. And the reason these guys are hanging in here on this skillet is because I roasted them or toasted them in my handy dandy oven here. So these are toasted nuts, okay? And I have some dates, peated dates, and some New Zealand, apple rings. So these are some New Zealand dried apple rings that they were just lying in the pantry. And as you know, I'm also cleaning my pantry up. So I'm going to use these dry fruits as a base, and the superfood packet that was given to me as a challenge was this cacao greens. Okay, so these cacao greens are going to go in this bar. Okay, and it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of anxious to see how much of the greens we are going to taste through these bars. So let me first open it, and to enhance the flavor of these bars, I'm going to add some pie spice. I was talking to my friend Lauren today, and she suggested that I should use pie spice. And I thought that was a great idea because it's going to go really well with this chocolate and cacao flavor. So at least right now, this powder is not smelling too much of greens. It has a very nice intense cacao smell. I am going to try just a little bit just to see. It's good. Okay, I think this is going to come together really well. So the way this recipe is going to work is I'm going to go and blend, um, crush the nuts in the food processor, and then we are going to add the dates and the apple rings, and then add this cacao powder and kind of roll that into bars. Okay, so before I go, let me show you the, you see, it's not green, it's actually quite chocolatey smelling and chocolatey looking powder. Okay, so let's get going. Now, pumpkin seeds, almonds, you can put walnuts in there. You can put cashews in here as well. I just like the green color of pumpkin seeds and also nutrition that pumpkin seeds offer. By the way, the turmeric broth has started boiling, and it smells amazing. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to add literally a pinch of salt, sea salt, and to create less mess, what I do, I take a saran wrap, I put it on top of the, before I put the lid, I cover my container with it, and then I put my lid on top. That way, the lid doesn't become messy. Otherwise, you know what a pain in the neck that is to clean. So I'm just going to pulse this because you don't want to grind it too much. Okay, it just needs to be pulsed. All right. Okay. And all right. I got to lock that in. Okay. And going to add some dates and the dried New Zealand apple rings. You can put any other dry fruit in there. Oops, I found one date which was not seeded. Not good. And last, the pumpkin spice. Okay. All right. And how can I forget our superfood here? So I'm going to add a spoonful of this cacao plus green superfood powder, super green cacao powder. Okay. So far so good. Putting the saran wrap back on. And let's see. Now you want to grind it until you feel things are coming together. So I'm going to open it and see how moist this thing is. Well, it's not that moist. So I might have to put some more dates in there. But I must say, this smells really chocolatey and pumpkin spicy. So I have some more date pieces, but I'm going to add it so that it will start to bind together. Okay, and because really that's what it needs. See, okay, let's see now. Otherwise, oh, nah, yeah, it's really coming together. Perfect. It's awesome. Okay, we can technically roll this into balls, but I'm going to press it down in a plate. Okay, so I'm going to bring it here, and okay, I just want to show you the consistency that we are going to look for. Do you see how this is coming together into a ball? That's what we need, because that is what is going to help this get into a shape, okay, of a bar. Or you, like I said, we can just scoop it and just turn it into these balls, okay? Either way, it's going to be fine. I'm just going to press them down into a bar. And I can really smell the cacao and the pumpkin seeds in here. Just imagine eating a little square of this nutrient dense snack bite or superfood bar bite is going to be so much better than eating a, I don't know, candy bar. I think we all should make this and keep it ready, because the Halloween is just around the corner and there's going to be candy bar and unnecessary, unhealthy temptations everywhere. And I think this bar might come to save us. Okay. In fact, it has some room on top. So I'm going to go ahead and pour all this powder on top. Like I said, I think it has just right amount of cacao, and oh, I can't stop. I can wait to try here. The nuttiness of the seeds and nuts and that pumpkin spice, which has a little bit of nutmeg, and then you have this intense cacao powder with just a slight, flavor of the greens that it has. I forgot to read what greens it has, but this is a clever way of using it. If you are not a big fan of smoothie, or it's getting cold, I don't feel like drinking smoothies anymore. So this bar will be a good, quick pick-me-up breakfast as well. Now this is very tightly packed, okay? So that, now ideally, we should keep it in the refrigerator for some time, so it will all solidify. But I think I'm just going to leave it here for some time, and then we will cut it into square and see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Again, very simple recipe: dates, bunch of nuts, pumpkin seeds, cacao, superfood powder, pie spice. Really, that's all to it. So recipe number 3 is done. I'm going to check on the chia pudding real quick. I just want to show you how it's all coming together. Okay, as you can see, it's the chia is gelling pretty nicely. Just wanted to make sure that there were no lumps. So I'm just quickly going to stir it again. And I think it should be done very soon. Cool. I'm going to show you how the broth looks. Look at that. This kitchen is exploding with all kinds of flavor right now. So this is a very simple broth. And the turmeric, black pepper, chili flakes, they're all dancing in this broth together, and it's all smelling so good, just perfect. I think if you're coming down with something with a little bit of lemon juice, you can even sip on it, and it's going to be fine. Okay, so that's that. Now the last recipe is our creamy acai berry or acai berry dressing with tahini. Okay, so this is our superfood acai or acai berry, right? As I mentioned in my last episode, acai berries are very high in antioxidants and polyphenols, purple color fruit, good for our brain. It does have an interesting flavor profile. I really thought that this has a bit of a sour flavor, because I have tried frozen acai berry or acai berry, which was very, very tart. I'm curious to see how this powder is. This is interesting. It's pretty neutral, I don't think it has much of any particular aftertaste. So I think it's going to go really well with the tahini. Okay, so to make the tahini dressing, I need to go and get my tahini. All right, and we have this acai berry powder, and I am going to add just a little bit of lemon juice in it. Okay, so let me go and grab my lemon juice. I wasn't sure what kind of citrus to use in there because I first wanted to see what the flavor of this acai berry was going to be. So let's do this. I'm just going to add like a tablespoon or so of tahini. Tahini basically is made out of sesame seeds. Okay. And oops, didn't mean to disappear on you guys. And to that, I'm going to add, squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, to add that tartness, just a tidbit. As you can see, I am not going to make too many dirty dishes. This is my salad bottle. I make all the salads in the bottle that I'm going to use it for storing. And to that, I'm going to add probably half a teaspoon of this acai berry powder. Okay. And let's whisk it together. Make sure. Cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's coming together really nicely. And I think what it needs is a little bit of hot water. So I'm just going to go and grab a little bit of hot water to add it to the dressing. Okay, I'm back. So a little bit of hot water. This is interesting. It has taken a really nice light purple color. I'm going to try a little bit. I think this would be a really nice dip. Okay. I might add. Let me try how it tastes. Never tried tahini and acai berry together, so I'm kind of curious. Cool. So it has a nice tanginess from the lemon. The acai berry is not really imparting much flavor, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, because remember, it's a superfood. It's going to be good for us. So if I could increase the level of it in the dressing, that's even better. I think just to add slightly extra dimension of flavor, I'm going to add just a tidbit of real maple syrup. Here we go. A dash of real maple syrup. That's all. Okay. And dash of salt. Okay. So now we have sour, we have creamy, and do you see this? If you guys can see the color here, but it looks really nice in this bottle. Okay. It's like light purple. So it's creamy. It has a nice acai berry color and a lot of nutrition from acai berry. tanginess from the lemon and just a slight sweetness from the maple syrup. Okay, so this is done too. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as what I came up with this superfood mystery box that was sent to me. Okay, so I'm going to bring all the final products here for us to see. Okay, I'm going to plate my chia pudding, which is thickening pretty nicely. I'm going to put it in this pretty bowl. And sometimes if the chia seeds are old, then they take a little longer to gel. Okay, but nonetheless, it's coming in. It's looking really nice. And I don't want to forget adding some coconut on top. Okay, so this is the chia. This is the matcha cardamom chia pudding. What else did we do? Oh, the date bar. All right, so for the date bar, I'm just going to cut it into pieces. And just scoop it into the squares. Okay. Oh, look at this. I'm even able to scoop it as a big bar. But I think if I allow it to settle for a little longer, it's going to be fine. It's going to firm up. Okay. So this was the not chia, the raw cacao super greens date nut super bar. As you can see, it's really holding together pretty well. It smells amazingly good with cacao and high spice and dates and nuts. And last but not least, the spicy vegetable broth. Okay. All right. So do you see we had a challenge of 5 superfoods: chia, acai berry, matcha, raw cacao with super greens, and turmeric. Okay, and we made these four dishes out of it in less than 30 minutes. So please try these things at home. Don't throw away the superfoods that you have in your pantry. You can whip up so many nice things out of it, and something very easy, right? I am going to try the matcha cardamom chia pudding first. Very good. It definitely has the green tea matcha flavor to it, but with the cardamom, it has a very nice, delicate flavor, and which goes really well with the green matcha. Okay. I am anxious to try a little bit of this bar. Date, nuts, cacao. Really, really, really very well done. Came together really nicely. Okay. Let me just show you the creamy tahini dressing. As you can see, it's nice and creamy. You can drizzle it on, obviously, on your salad. I would say it will go really well on avocado toast or even roasted vegetables. Okay. I'm just going to drink a little bit of water to rinse my taste buds and try the tahini acai berry maple dressing. Oh my God, bursting with flavor, guys. Absolutely bursting with flavors. I was a little skeptical as to how the acai berry and tahini is going to go, but it has turned out a winner. Okay, and I'm always ready for the vegetable, my turmeric-infused vegetable broth. I'm going to sip on it maybe tomorrow during the day. It is already smelling so flavorful, and as you can see, the color, the turmeric has intensified the color of the broth. So that's all I have for today. If you have a mystery ingredient or a question, please send it to me. I absolutely enjoy answering those. Thank you for joining, and thank you for all the comments and messages that you guys send me. And I wish you a good week ahead, and I will talk to you soon. You can watch this video on Facebook and on YouTube, and please share with your friends, family, neighbors, so that if they have any questions or any superfood lying in their pantry, they will know what to do. Until then, take care, and I will see you next week.